Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Working Man Ron Doyle. Have you all ever had to change the hardware on your kitchen cabinets and get the hardware and come to find out they only give you screws long enough to go through a door front, which is approximately 3/4 of an inch thick, and you're having a problem when you come to a drawer that is laminated on the actual skeleton frame of the drawer itself? These two laminations are going to end up making your screws too short that actually come with the hardware pack for your door pulls, whether it be a knob that you see here or whether it be an actual handle type. You'll end up going to the hardware section. These were actually bought from Walmart. These are 8/32 by 2 inch long. They sell these in 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, and 1 3/4 and 2 inch screws. Well, if you need a specific size like a 1 5/8 screw, you may be stuck to buying a longer screw and then cutting it to the size that you need. And this video is going to show you how to properly cut screws in different ways that can help speed up your time so you'll have less frustration and trouble on the job. Let me show you how to do it. So first of all, you go to your drawer. Your actual drawer front is 3/4 of an inch thick. Your inner skin on this particular drawer is 5/8. So total, both of these added together is a 1 3/8 thickness that you need for both of these together. So what you'll find, like I said, is these short screws that come with this actual drawer pull. And to give you an idea of what this actually is, it's 1 inch. It's actually 1 inch in length. Well, if you take this screw on this drawer that is actually a smooth front drawer, it's going to be the full thickness of 3/4. You're going to see that taking this 1 inch screw, putting it through the front, it doesn't make it inside the drawer. So getting your 2 inch long screws that you want to make it to the proper length, if you actually shove that through the drawer, you're going to see you have too much in length on this particular screw. And what you need to do is actually cut this. So to get the proper length, there's a couple ways you could do this. You could add the thicknesses. You can take this screw and bottom the screw out inside and take a marker and mark up to the actual shoulder. Try to get a little marker onto the threads like that, so you can see how far the screw is inserted into the drawer pull. So we got approximately 3/8 of an inch that actually goes into this drawer pull, and we want to make sure that we can maximize the amount of threads, so if somebody pulls on this really hard, this screw does not pull out of this handle. And a lot of people will go to and resort to a pair of lineman's cutters, and when you actually do a physical cut on this, you're going to smash the threads on the end so bad that you will not be able to get the threads started into this handle. So I'm going to show you an assortment. We have an assortment of cutters. Like I said, you can do the linesman cutters. Now, if you do a linesman cutter on this, I would highly recommend that you put thread one or two nuts onto the particular bolt that you need. And what that's going to allow is you to freshen up the threads. After you make the cut, you'll be able to spin these off and it'll freshen the threads up on the very end. Sometimes this works. We have other options with linesman's cutters with actual a 6/32 and an 8/32 cutter into the actual head, the jaw of the pliers. We've got needle nose that have got 6/32 and 8/32. You could do the method of cutting it with side cutters, but you're still back to the resort of using nuts to back off and refreshen the threads. Then you've got electrician's strippers that actually have multiple size cutters, and what these actually do is shear off in between the two layers of front jaw, back jaw, it shears it, and then when you back the screw out, it actually freshens the threads. The same purpose as the taking the nuts off. And then we've got another cutter right here, which is a electrician's cutter, and it has two sizes also. When I'm cutting thread, I prefer these. They actually make the cleanest cut, and you're able to back the screws out and take care of your problem that you've created by making the screws shorter. Let me show you how it's done. Now, going by the thickness is 3/4, 5/8, which is 1 3/8, and adding the measurement of 5/16 back to it where I actually marked the magic marker or Sharpie on this. This measurement equals 5/16 of an inch is actually what this bottomed out into the handle pull. And what I'm going to do is subtract a 1/16 from that. So we need 1 5/8 overall screw length. If you go get the 1 3/4, what's going to happen when you tighten this 1 3/4 screw, if you bought those, into the particular handle, you're going to find out you're going to bottom the screw out on the handle, and you're not going to be able to tighten it tight enough, and the handle is going to be a little wiggly on the actual drawer front itself. So getting a special screw size for these handle pulls is going to be hard to find if you're in between 1 1/2 inch, 1 3/4, 2 inch. That's what this video is about, to show you how to do it. So overall, 1 5/8 inch. Now, a lot of guys like to take the tape measure, and they'll go ahead and take a Sharpie out, and they mark 1 5/8 inch on this. I'm going to show you the way I don't like to do this. Now, on a screw, these particular screws are pan heads, and they start the measurement from the back of the pan head, right there, right where the Sharpie is, to the end of the screw. Now, this is a 2-inch screw. If you can see, it's that 2-inch mark right there, and I'm holding it to the end of the head. Okay, you want 1 5/8 inch. You're still measuring from the back of the head to the end of the screw. So I'm going to pull a foot, so we're not playing with the wiggle jiggle on the end of the tape. I'm going to hold it, use my Sharpie, and I'm going to mark 1 5/8 inch on this. Alright, we got 1 5/8 inch. I'm going to show you the difficulty that I may have in doing this. You can see that I've actually got my mark on that at 1 5/8 inch. I'm going to take traditional alignment cutters. I'm going to put it in there on 1 5/8 inch, that mark that I've got. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Alright, here's a drop that you're going to see. We're going to actually, we had 2 nuts on this. We're going to go ahead and spin these nuts off. Hopefully these will freshen the thread. Now I want to show you a close-up of what those cutters actually did. There's a lot of physical damage on the end. And if you notice, I'm trying to hold it still for you, if you notice that it's a pinch cut, it is not truly square, which may bottom out and make your measurement longer, causing you not to bottom out the screw inside the drawer pull. But I'm going to go ahead and spin these off. Now it's tight. Alright, so you're going to have to take the lineman's and get yourself a screwdriver. You're going to have to back that out. You're going to know there's resistance. It's kind of tight. Now, what you're doing is freshening the threads up by backing that out. Chances are this nut that you just did that with is no good. It's a good possibility. Now we're going to back the second one off. Let's see if this one comes off easy. Now, if this come off easy, that means you did the job right. Now, she's still boogered up. She's still boogered up. Got a little resistance there. Yeah, not good. That's the way a lot of people do it. A lot of people do a hacksaw. Hacksaw takes a lot longer. You can get a cleaner cut, but you'll still have a little burr on the end. Now, after this final cut, let's see if this will actually start into our drawer pull without the use of a screwdriver. And it's hanging up a little bit. Now, you really don't want to strip this out So you want to be careful, make sure it's centered. It seems to have went in. Now I'm bottomed out. Let's see if our measurement actually grew. I'm going to pull a foot. I'm looking for a final measurement of 1 3/8 inches. We are at 1 5/16 inches. This screw will work because we subtracted 1/16 of an inch. Now that I've got this screw done, still a little bit of resistance. Not really the best way to cut a screw. The way that I really love to cut a screw, like I said, these are linesman's strippers. They do crimp and they actually shear screws. So what we're going to do, we're not going to mark the screw. We're going to find 8/32, which is right here. Now if you look at these are highlighted. It says insert screw this side. You see it right there? The reason why is this is the part of the jaw that actually freshens the threads up. The back of the jaw shears it off and it falls out. If you were to put this screw in the opposite direction, it is possible that the part that shears off, this part, is going to get stuck in the side that says insert the screw in this side. So make sure you insert it in the right direction. Screw the screw in. Now we need 1 5/8 inches. Looking at the jaw, take your tape measure. You're shearing on this jaw, which is the back jaw. You want 1 5/8 inches on that screw. Right now we have 1.5 inches. You want to back that screw out until you have from this to the back of the screw 1 5/8 inches. 1.9 inches. Now, doing this a couple times, you'll get used to it. Alright, we're at 1 5/8 inches, if you can see that. We're going to go ahead, hold the screw. If you want, you can hold this over a trash can so your drops fall in the trash can. Squeeze that. This will come out. Take your screwdriver. Back the screw out. It's coming out real easy. Now, if you look at the end of the screw, you're going to see how clean that is. It's not smashed. It's actually sheared off. That's a really nice cut. Now, we didn't have any nuts on this. We're going to take this into the opposite side of our handle. We're going to insert that screw just like that. No resistance. That's how much cleaner that went in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use the screws that we cut, and I'm going to go ahead and insert this into the drawer. Now, one thing I probably didn't mention is these snap screws. If you get lucky, you can find these snap screws at the store. These are 8/32 snap screws. They give you basically a cut down shoulder, and you can possibly get your measurements. Now these are designed so if you cut these with linesman cutters and you go to screw the screw into this, that sheared off clean at one of the recessed ridges, allowing you to screw this in. Those snap screws are great. Sometimes the companies that sell these drawer pulls will give you snap screws with the drawer pulls. Some companies won't. That's what this video is about, trying to show you the better way to shear and screws off. So now that I've done that, I'm going to pull a measurement and make sure this is 1 5/8 inches. You're going to have to trust me on it. This one is 1 5/8 inches. Okay, this is our sheared off screw. This is the one we cut off in the electrician's wire strippers. And that's also a 1 5/8 inches clean cut. We're going to go ahead and take a drawer pull, open our drawer up, insert the screws from the back side, Now that we've got our screws actually sheared off to the proper length, we're going to insert our screws from the back side of the drawer. These screws are the same size. You should be able to hold this up, hold the drawer pull up, and see where it corresponds. Take your appropriate screwdriver. In this case, it's a Phillips. These are pan head screws. Get your screw inserted on that first one. Make sure that you don't cross thread it. Get the other one started. Make sure you don't cross thread it. Tighten it up. And tightening it up there shouldn't be any resistance on the screws other than the interior parts of the wood rubbing the screw. Snug that screw up. Make sure you don't have any gap in between the facing of your drawer itself and the back of the handle pull. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it to this episode of cutting, shearing screws that are not the right size. I hope you all liked the video of installing drawer pulls and cutting screws. If y'all thought the video was helpful and informative in any way, I'd appreciate a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel for future videos on things that Working Man Ron Doyle does. Until the next time, stay safe, God bless, you all have a wonderful day.